Hello? There we go. Oh my god, I got so much red in my face. I'm gonna have to turn this down at some point. Let's see if the music too loud. I don't know. But either way. Who cares if it's too loud? I had to look up how to spell hijinks. Okay. Oh, doesn't matter if it's too loud. It's good old music. It's Mike. This is a 35mm playing. Not too quiet. But anyway, let me know, yeah, if that's too loud or not. Not that anyone's watching, but we'll let that catch up. All right, well, I'm a little late. Christmas. Oh, Christmas. Got a little distracted today on the way when I got home with some tequila, so that's why I'm a little late. That's fine. Oh, I gotta find my hat. Here we go. My Christmas hat. Here we go. Christmas. In case you guys, in case anybody couldn't tell, Christmas, right? There we go. Perfect. We'll move it back a little bit so you can actually see. Just like the... There you go. Just like Santa himself. I even got my own hot cocoa. Let's see if I can't spill it all over the place. Ah, cocoa. Got plenty of booze in it, that's for sure. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. Fat, Dumb, and Angry. Not so fat. Well, no, pretty fat, especially during the holidays, but not so angry during the holidays. Very grateful. We love the holidays here at FDA. The first thing I did want to go over, I mean, there's many things to go over than the tequila shots that were keeping me. Some things for this year. Maybe I'll... we'll see how much energy I have. But maybe I'll show it later today, but I finished the last lyric video for the Reckless Abandon album. I got that, putting that out Christmas Day. As you probably already saw if you've been looking at the channel, I finished all the Buckethead videos, finished that. I didn't finish the Invincible Armor video yet. Oh well. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. So, some things to look forward to next year. Maybe I'll make another year in review album. I can go over some of Frank's stuff, some short end stuff, some of the stuff I made last year, and maybe just roast some of it, some of my old videos too. Other than that, next year, we'll see how this thing is going with AI art, because if it's going good, you know, and like easy to make stuff, I might start using that to focus more on work on some story stuff, actually. I mean, music, of course. I'll try to start working on the next album. I'm thinking that'll be out in, what, 2023, maybe? It'd either be, yeah, Halloween or November 1st next year, or I mean like May or March in 2024. It seems like a while, but I'll probably need all the time I can get to write the next album. But that's what's in the works. Short end stuff is still coming along. That next short end album. Oh, I wish I could play you some little bits, but I have such sweet little bits from that album. It's gonna be so good. The stupid Gojira song lyrics I did, and some of the drum stuff we have for the dinosaur song. Whatever. I'm not gonna give it away, but keep an eye out for that. So let's hop into it. One of the first things I wanted to get into was the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. It's technically called. I'm calling it the Christmas special, because why not? I need a drink after something like that. let's get into it. Start the opening screen. So, you know what I should do? I should probably pull up my notes. Yeah, I made notes. I actually woke up to look at this shit and write notes. It's pretty sad to admit that. Probably shouldn't have to admit that. Probably don't admit that. It's probably too late you did admit that. Oh well! Anyway, so we open on animated intro that they do with, we got Kraglin there, we got Little Peter, and we got Yondu that comes in. And it's like kind of our capper beginning and the end. They show little Yondu coming in being a bah humbug. You know, that's the whole point to a lot of your little cream there, the Christmas story. You need your little bah humbug. If everyone just loved Christmas, you know, what would be the point? Yeah, you gotta have somebody trying to be like, eh. So they're trying to like Christmas. The thing that kind of struck me weird about this is Kraglin there. Their relationship really didn't seem like they were all like that. Especially in the first movie, it kind of seemed like he was just more of like a crew member. The second movie, it seemed like they were building the bond, but like, you know, now of course because of that, whenever they cut back, they have to pretend like they were always friends. But whatever. And we get stupid human traditions. So he ruins Christmas, destroys the tree. Now we cut to the Guardians of the Galaxy as they are now. To what I am going to refer to as the cheap set. I did not think this set was very, very wonderful. It was pretty cheap in my opinion. But whatever. There's a reason for it. I kind of touch on later. But and we get to see what our cast is up to. I mentioned that it's Christmas time on Earth. And they should probably do something for Peter. They also mentioned that they bought Nowhere, the Guardians of the Galaxy, from the Collector. Very interesting. It says a lot right there, because first off, the Collector is still alive. So, and they're never going to show us this, but come on, what happened there? How did so Thanos must have gotten to Nowhere and gotten the Reality Stone? With what? I'm guessing what maybe the Collector just gave it to him, but then why did he destroy Nowhere? Was there some epic battle between him and the Collector? I mean, I don't know. Maybe, but apparently the Collector is still alive. And owned Nowhere in the first place? Maybe they said that in the other one. I don't know. I don't remember that, but that's not as important as what? That... Okay, so they've got Jeff Goldblum as... In the comic books, the Jeff Goldblum character, the Grandmaster, whatever, is kind of related to the Collector. And they got this Bill Murray coming in, and the next Ant-Man movie or some crap, they're going to have just a crossover of these, like, old, weird actors. Is that what they're, like, building up to? Because it's pretty pointless. I mean, unless, I don't know. You know, and I'm way past caring. The only reason, okay, I should have mentioned that at the beginning, but the only reason I'm talking about this, this in the first place is because it's the only Marvel thing that came out this year that I feel like is even worthwhile of discussing. All the other shit has been just, well, shit. She-Hulk. Forcing my girlfriend to watch She-Hulk is like grounds. She should have me arrested for that. That's like proof I'm abusive. Like, I knew what that was, and I forced her to do it anyway. That's like forcing somebody to, like, kneel on tax, you know? You know what you do. Anyway, like that, all the movies, I made her watch Werewolf by Night, which was one of the better things. She fell asleep during that, you know. I'm trying to think of what else was good. I can't think of which last Marvel movie that we watched that was any good or that she didn't even fall asleep during. So, no. Anyway, this is the closest to being something, so I wanted to kind of talk over. Because, you know, we might as well, you know, enjoy the sweet demise of Marvel. Anyway, so I guess the Collector's alive out there somewhere. We move on. Like I said, I think this set doesn't look very good. It looks like a small, like, town set. It obviously looks like it's still inside, like, but it looks like something they would use for like a Wild West movie. And they introduce Cosmo. Cosmo is the dog here. It's a comic book character. It was a dog sent up, like, by the Soviet Union or something during the space race and got lost in a portal or some crap. I don't remember, but has, like, psychic powers now or whatever. So we got two cute animal characters talking to each other. And this is, I'm afraid, like, Guardians of the Galaxy is going to get too, like, schmutzy-wootsy. Baby Yoda really did destroy everything. So he's feeding them little treats. They have a little cute moment, doing a little psychic crap. And then this happens. Oof. We hit the first slog of the whole thing, which is these aliens are like, oh, we found old Earth instruments. Woohoo. You know, which is lame-o. And they want to play some stupid little music song for him. It's about Christmas or whatever, so they need him to tell them if it's right. Yeah, it's like, it feels so forced, and you understand, like, it makes so much more sense why this is here at the end of the episode. But just now, it's like, all right, I guess it's something to have, like, beginning credits roll over. And we get do-do-do-do-do-do-do. They do the whole, these people sing for a while. It's pretty bad. It's the regular Christmas song. Oh, no! Ho, 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 ho! Ugh. That person should be ashamed of themselves for being involved. Like, these people are definitely trying harder than anybody in the Guardians of the Galaxy cast. Oh, and you find out why so soon. Or no, at the end of the episode, because you're like, ugh. It's their only chance, isn't it? Now we get down to the crux of the entire episode. Mantis and Drax talking. I mean, the whole thing is pretty much, it's not a Guardians of the Galaxy special. It's a Drax and Mantis special, really. At the heart of it, when we break it down, this is really what it is. These two characters, because I guess they don't feel like, I don't know why these two characters. Maybe it made the most sense with, as we will soon see what the plot becomes. It's not the same. Anyway. So, here she already drops on Drax that my father is ego, Peter's father's ego. That makes us brother and sister. There you go. Look at him. And I also notice here, you're going to see he's wearing, like, the vest the whole time. I think that's pretty obviously because he's getting sick of the makeup. I forgot if it was some, like, The View clip or some crap I saw of Dave Bautista talking about how long it takes to get in the makeup, how much they hate it. So, yeah, I can definitely see. Cover up my chest. I only got to do the arms and the face. Soon, even the arms will be covered up in the movie, so it's just the face. Gamora is still gone. Did we? I mean, I know they mentioned it in the Endgame video. We didn't see, like, how did she peace out after all that? Like, at the end of Endgame, Tony Stark did the thing, and all of Thanos' like evil bad guy stuff just like shlooshy poofed away. So she stole what? Like, the Ravagers were there. I didn't see like any of their ships. She stole like a Wakandan ship and flew away? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe she's on Earth. Stuck stealing taxis and cars trying to get off planet. Who knows? But apparently, and they can't apparently find her. Like, that should be like, oh my god, you're the Guardians of the Galaxy. You should be like the Willy. Should not be one of the hardest things. If anyone, you should be the people go to do this kind of stuff. But because it's not the third movie, that's why. Anyway, they make some bad jokes, Zarg nuts, whatever. The humor, a lot of the humor, I guess it's supposed to be a Christmas special, so maybe a lot of the humor is supposed to be like targeted towards kids. I don't get it. I don't know, but it's not funny. It's like listening to kids bicker, which is why I think it's targeted towards kids. But look at those eyes; they're staring right into your soul. Jesus, Bautista. And we reach Marvel jumping the shark. So they decide that their Christmas gift to Peter Quill is going to be getting him his hero, Kevin Bacon, which What, they couldn't get Hasselhoff? I mean, I know they had him in the second movie, but he talked about Hasselhoff a lot. Like, wouldn't that be? Whatever. Now they want Kevin Bacon because they already did Hasselhoff, even though Kevin Bacon was already into Marvel stuff. And so that kind of messes with anybody who's been paying attention to Marvel things. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Kevin Bacon, jumping the shark. Stupid. Like, I get the idea. I've heard some people complain, like, you know, because where this is going to go is them stealing a person. And you think, shouldn't the Guardians of the Galaxy know a little bit better than that? Like, stealing a person is, you know, not a thing to do. Yeah, probably. But on the other hand, you know, we've had people give gifts here even. It's like you spend time, some money, you get to meet like a celebrity or something. And maybe that's what they were thinking, you know, and it breaks down like that, turns into the whole kidnap thing. I don't know. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, like, why they go there and everything. But actually taking them... Anyway, that's kind of giving away some of what's going to happen. But, yeah, so them mentioning Kevin Bacon, showing Kevin Bacon being a meme himself. If they were going to do, like, a reference to Kevin Bacon, like fighting Tremor aliens or something like that, maybe. But, like, this, like, definitely might feels like a jump the shark moment. Because it's like, it's a reference, so much of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of bullshit thing. He's doing a stupid thing. They spend all their CGI budget watching them go through all these portals, which looks pretty nice. People are staring at them because they're not using, like, their cloak, which, another weird thing. Like, a spaceship showing up on Earth after the events of Infinity War. I mean, I know it's past Endgame now, but even after Infinity War, like, a spaceship showed up and just Tony Stark disappeared. Like, you think anytime a spaceship shows up, sword, shield... Avengers, somebody is showing up, but nah, whatever. It's funny. They put on their cloak, and now we land to what I like to. It's basically they pretty much land and they shoot the circus. So, anyone who haven't heard that expression, shooting the circus, is like literally they're shooting a movie and there's a circus in town, or shoot the rodeo, I guess is the other one. But like they're shooting it because. They could shoot it, film it, and put it in the movie and adds production value or whatever. So, they go to the Hollywood, the Walk of Fame or some crap like that, because as much as this movie is going to make fun of the Hollywood stuff, it also kind of, you know, jerks off the Hollywood crap at the same time, because, of course, they can't help it. They love themselves. These little bastards. Anyway. Like I say, now they're just walking around the streets. They're seeing people. Oh my God, a GoBot triggers Drax. Drax, stop being a bigot. Oof. They found a way to get the word bigot into the script. I don't know why, but. And they do this for no reason. This part of the movie really confused me. Like, they do this for no reason. They're looking at Jesus. They get like free money because people think they're. You know, those people. And then we cut to this, right? Let's see if I can go back. So they're walking around the streets with a bunch of money. And where do they go? Like I guess maybe they're supposed to be in Hollywood. I'm not from Hollywood. Not a Hollywood guy, you know. I don't walk around Hollywood at night. But I gotta imagine you're walking around Hollywood. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the way it is in real life. You're walking around Hollywood. You pick a random place to go into. Maybe 9 times out of 10 it's gay. Okay? Maybe that's the way it works. I'm just saying. So, of course, they end up in a gay bar. And the scene is basically pointless. There's a joke about them drinking, you know. It's the same kind of... That's why it seems like kid humor. It's like what kids would joke about with booze. Like, oh, my God, that's so spicy. And they do a little them dancing with the gay people, and that's about it. It really feels like... it really feels pointless. You know, like I said, it feels like shooting the circus. Like, they got nothing else to do. Like, I know that was definitely a set and stuff like that, but gotta get some gay representation in there, I guess, somehow. I mean, we know many gay characters. Maybe the dog's gay. I don't know. But unfortunately, we're gonna find out the raccoon's not gay because he's gonna have a cute little otter. Which would have been perfect. They should make the otter a man because an otter is whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, they're done doing that. They're done doing the gay the gay Hollywood stuff. So they get a Hollywood map of the stars. They head off. Oh, this bothered me a lot. They get a Hollywood map of the stars. They don't have any money to give to this lady. So Mantis just like touches her and tells her to give her like the map and her money. It's kind of like what are you doing? Like she's a superhero, right? Like okay, to make Drax kind of seem like innocently stupid, and she kind of seems like more the grown up, so she knows what she's doing. Like she knows she has power, and she's just stealing from people because she wants it, or it's supposed to be because she's drunk. I don't know. Either way, don't really seem to know what they're trying to say. I don't know. It's funny just to steal from people. Who knows? They get to Kevin Bacon's house. Like he's not perturbed at all that he's got like aliens, like messing with him. Like he can see them. I mean, if it took place during Halloween, it would make so much more sense. But no, whatever. Like the humor in this scene, it just falls flat. Most of it does. He throws her over the fence. They start stealing his crap. More stealing humor. I mean, like, you know, cutesy crap. And again, stop. So they, like, when you cut through this, it kind of seems like it could be like a snuff film. It's like Funny Games. Have you ever seen Funny Games? This is why it feels like it's for kids. Like lesson learning here. He's like, why do you get to keep your candy cane if I don't get my little man? Because I was responsible enough to hold on to it. That's like, oh my god. I mean, I guess it could be worse. Kevin Bacon runs to the police. Good for him. I mean, he goddamn needs the help for what's coming for him. So the police open fire. Luckily, only shooting Drax, which we find out Drax is bulletproof. This is interesting. Like, they really should... Like, it would be interesting for them to answer these questions of, like, who's bulletproof or not. Like, obviously, someone like Vision would be, but, like, Winter Soldier wouldn't be. But, like Panther is because he's got the vibranium, but what about him? Like, Thor, I guess he is, right? He has to be. But Captain America can't be. I don't know. Whatever. So, yeah, we find out bullets don't do anything to him. While we have him doing that, Mantis goes around beating up all the cops. Lady cop first. While making them sleep. Doing weird little kung fu kicks. That kind of crap. Drax throws, like, she does a bunch of, like, kicks to people's faces, but he throws a car over. She thinks he killed people. Like, the top didn't even get crushed, but I guess I could see why she would say that. I don't know, some humor here with her giving him a candy cane. Like, I don't get it. I don't get any of this. So, they end it by her doing her power on Kevin Bacon, which I don't get. Like, they decide to just change her power into she can touch people and they'll do whatever she wants them to, as opposed to before she said she could ease people into, like, certain feelings and stuff like that. Like, that's different than telling them what to do. You know, she'd have to slowly, like, you know, touch people and change their emotion to get what they... But whatever. Now, apparently, she can just do that. So she touches Kevin Bacon, has him want to come with him. So she's just full-on date rape Bacon right there. Get rid of his ability to make choices. On the way back, they have some conversation here. But they start asking him about all the cool stuff he did as a hero. And they find out he's an actor. He's never actually saved anyone. This is around the time where they start to win me back with a little bit. Because, you know, Kevin Bacon's like, I don't know, acting is fine or whatever. They make some jokes like, but actors are repugnant. Yeah. It's good stuff because actors are repugnant. At least they're willing to make fun of them that way. Kevin Bacon, they try to make him... Now they have to tell him that he has to pretend to be the hero that Quill, I guess, is going to want. And then he makes a joke that he's Batman. More of this weird I mean, at this point, the Marvel universe should just do the DC universe in it, because the DC universe is never going to do it themselves. So why not? You know, they should just do Batman. And I guess Kevin Bacon Batman, the Bake Man. Ugh. All right. There was a part in that scene where it looked like she was changing him without touching him, but you can make the argument that she was touching whatever. So Peter's looking all sad. They bring him outside. And this is, I guess, why they did the real set, is so they could hang lights on everything and I guess turn the lights on. So even though it's probably looks CG anyway, but it's like, that's the reason why I think they had a real set, is just so they could do this. Oh my God, there's lights. And I get it. Everyone likes Christmas lights. I love Christmas lights. Who doesn't love Christmas lights? I got a bunch on right now. Maybe you can see some of them in the video. And they bring him a coffin-sized gift. It should be his first guess. You ever get anything as big as you? It's not a good. It's not good. So they give him Kevin Bacon, and he realizes that this is a bad thing. This is one of the jokes that I actually appreciated. It was this isn't a Christmas Eve. This is human trafficking, and Drax's immediate reaction is yes. Like it's just like it's. I found that hilarious because like Drax almost even knew. Yeah, he knew what he was doing, and maybe you can make the argument Mantis didn't, but like, so Drax I guess knew what he was doing that whole time. He knew when it became a kidnapping, and he had to assault police officers. It was, oh boy, whatever. So then he makes her use her powers to take off the Kevin, to make him like normal Kevin Bacon again. The Bowie. They have a ship called the Bowie now. That's cool, but. So, of course, he freaks out. Okay, now we're going to talk about this for a second. A topic all in itself. Booba Groot. Ugh. Look at that thing. So, Baby Groot. What the fuck is up with this thing? Apparently, he's still a baby because they say, specifically in this, that he's still a kid or whatever. He's still a child. So, apparently, he's still not full grown. But look at the size of this man. This is why it seemed like... a tactic, a money-saving tactic almost, just like the set did in the story. You go to Hollywood so you can film on location. You have one set for this kind of stuff. Your CGI is farmed out. Baby Groot looks like a man in a green suit, right? They larged him up. They put the padding on him. All right, all green. That's why the face. That's why it just doesn't look right. That's why it looks like you can't move correctly. Like, as we saw Groot in the first movie was able to, like, move to his body. This guy is, like, his body movements look like there's so much cushion for him to do anything. I mean, look at the little helmet, the antlers on him. I have a feeling those antlers were actually on the guy wearing the green suit. That's why that looks kind of messed up. Like, they can't do the CGI of Groot. I know they want to do, maybe they want to do, Groot's all grown up in the next movie, but... I thought I saw trailers and he looked the same in the next movie. If they do, that's fucking terrible. Why the fuck would they do that? That's awful. Look at this abomination. This man bomb, like. And people question if they think people in Hollywood, like Disney, are pedos, because look at him. He's a big chunk of beefcake now, and they're keeping him a boy, like a kid. What's up? What's up with that? What's up with that? Anyway. So he runs away. Nebula has to go get him. Nebula has like some of the funnier lines in it too, but then again, she's got like 2 lines. I guess they couldn't get Karen Gillian or whatever, and some of these other people to really be in it that much. Just Groot nastiness. Yeah, I'm looking at my notes, but so now they decide to take Kevin Bacon back. Another thing that's really kind of fucked up. So on their way back. They haven't even left that far, and he gets a cell phone call. And apparently they're like, oh, a couple of good satellite dishes out front, and get yourself down there some like radio transmissions from like 10,000 light years away. We're all like, what the fuck are they talking about? That's not how any of that works. But apparently, a cell service can just go anywhere. So... God, the Guardians of the Galaxy. I guess the Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be their last one anyway, of like James Gunn or something in that universe or whatever, or Sean Gunn or whatever, whoever the guy doing it is. But like, I guess why not? Go full balls to the wall, destroy the universe and how physics makes sense in it, because you're done at that point. So, and then Kevin Bacon does what Kevin Bacon does, because it's a Christmas movie. And he goes, you know what? I can't go home. My family, screw my family. I'm dating that craggly ass face bitch from The Closer. She's gonna close me when I go home. You know what? I'm gonna stay in space where I can be nice and open. I'm not being closed anytime soon. Freaking Kier Sedgwick, whatever her weird TNT ass is. He decides he's staying. He's bringing Christmas cheer, motherfucker. That Christmas cheer is taking place in the form of his band. Oh, now it makes sense why we had a music interlude with these stupid dung bats. It's because they're the backup of his band. And they had to put them in makeup because they didn't want to show them, because as much as they're going to be in this thing, they can't actually show their faces. No, we can't give you any real fame. That's for KB all himself. Look at that beautiful KB face. And now it makes sense. As you sit here, you listen to the terrible lyrics, the terrible musicians, the terrible blandness of it all, you realize, oh, yeah, we'll stay on this for a second. Oh, that's why. That's why Kevin Bacon's in this. That's why there is that music. That's why it's all so bad. It's because these are all just vehicles for other things. Look at this. Tell me that's not on some other dude's head. Baby Groot's face looks all fucked up. His mouth is like, oh, God. Like, they know what the one looked like from the first movie. I know what it looks like. The DVDs are out there somewhere. They can't, like... They're stretching over some nasty dude's face. If it was Vin Diesel, I'd be okay with it. But look at this shit. Look at this. Disgusting. Yes, Kevin Bacon's still playing his stupid stuff. I'm excited, though, now, because Kevin Bacon now is canonical to the Marvel Universe, just like Katie in Shang-Chi. I'm hoping we have a team-up movie of Kevin Bacon, Katie. Maybe we can get Hank Pym from the Ant-Man movies, the only real hero, but he just would do nothing, have like one line in the movie, because that's what Hank Pym is, apparently, even though he made the goddamn Pym particles. But next we get on to them giving gifts to each other. Nebula gives Rocket Bucky's arm. And they specifically say, no, they don't, it's not just a vibranium arm. They specifically say Bucky's arm. Why? How? It just raises so many problems. Is this the one from the Wakanda? Like, so she break into Wakanda? From the last I saw, those people were psycho. So she would have just been killing a bunch of Wakandans and they're screaming bald-headed women who go, ah! Like, or she stole it from Bucky. Like, I don't know which answer I like better or worse. They're both pretty bad, in my opinion. Either way, I guess it was nice because it was a joke and it got Kevin Bacon's band out of the house for a day, so they could tell their wives that they had a successful career or something like that for 1 second before their wives went off to see their boyfriends. So, we move on to, yes, I think we're on the last thing here. Groot made them all a little, like, you know, little displays or whatever of the, what we just watched. Then we get to something like this. He made displays of things he clearly could not have seen. He was not there for that. I mean, maybe they explained it to him, but nah, I'm not buying it. We got, I think one last line here when Kevin Bacon is leaving. Look at him. He's so nice. He's in the Marvel Universe for good now, everybody. Aren't we all happy about that? We can have Marvel's Katie. We can have Marvel's Kevin Bacon. We can have, who is that girl from She-Hulk who was hanging out with Wong? We can have them three. We can have, oh, God. All right, we're moving on past that. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. And I think she's one last line where she's like, wow, I guess all actors aren't complete pieces of shit, which is another good line. And they do our little capper here where they show some more animation of the Christmas that they show at the beginning, and it wasn't really as bad as he made it out to be because Yondu ended up giving him his little blasters, which would be cool if they used that information and like showed, maybe them getting destroyed in the next movie, him getting all mad about it, and then this actually having a point. But I don't see that really most likely happening. Instead, we had her kind of talking to him now about that she's his sister. I don't know. I mean, whatever. It was fine, but it just kind of falls flat. It's like, who cares? He's not like I feel like they could have gotten, like, I get it. It's Christmas. You want the family thing. I feel like they could have gotten a bigger reaction, like a bigger emotional thing out of, like, I don't know, her dating Drax or something like that. Like, the whole, like, okay, I'm your sister. It's like, Peter Krill's is like, oh, neat, cool. Like, from what Ego told me, he went out there seeding life all over the goddamn place. So I imagine, I got a bunch of brothers and sisters. So you're probably just one of like tens of thousands. So Nito Arenos, we're not gods anymore though, because, okay. So her powers were absent of that. Like, it kind of would have made sense. Because he even had extra powers because he was son of, a god like Ego, but then he lost all that when Ego died, so she didn't lose anything from that? He's still perfectly fine, got all of her powers? I mean, didn't even take any of the strong, independent woman at all? I guess not, but, fades out on that. It shows him that the thing he gave him was like his first little desktop thing and whatever. And then we end on an end credit scene of them decorating Groot. This nasty, nasty man Groot. Look at that nasty, look at that crotchal region. It's so dark. Anyway, them decorating him like a tree. He drops some of the stuff, and they say, "Oh my God, we're gonna have to do another special." Maybe alluding to that they'll do one next year. Maybe they'll do an Easter special. Ooh, that would be strange. Because why? Yeah. What is this? Why? Like, they call it a holiday special too, but it's very clearly based on Christmas. So why is it a holiday special? They didn't mention Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever Scientology people do. We talk about all these other holidays, but we don't care about the Scientology people. Like, maybe they're having a special day sometime. We don't care. We're not going to give them a day off. Screw them and their stupid holidays and their stupid religion, right? Anyway, so it was fine. It wasn't very offensive. At least it kind of made fun of Hollywood people as well. And it was hard to hate. I guess, I don't know, 5 out of 10? I don't know. I don't know what to say about this shit. I haven't seen Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I haven't seen that yet, so I was going to say Black Lives Wakanda Forever, but I haven't seen that shit yet, so I can't tell if that's going to be better, but I know it's not going to be better, so I'm just going to go on and say this is the best Marvel thing all year. It'll probably be Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out next year. That's probably going to be the best thing that year, too. I mean, what is it competing against? All right, so let's move on to another topic I wanted to talk about. Some more nerd shit. Maybe I should do on my Christmas jokes first. I need to get more boozed up before I do that because I wrote some real schlockers. So, Henry Cavill said that he was going to be taking part in Warhammer TV show or a movie or something like that for Amazon Studios. Awesome, right? Fuck yeah. Rings of Power. Fuck. Oh, shit. So immediately you're like, But I'm very tempted by the idea. It's kind of like a little Christmas present because it would be cool to get like a TV show or something like that, or a movie that actually accurately represented the universe itself, or I don't know, could satiate. I think the best part would be if it could satiate the feel that people have for 40K stuff, But so, I just wanted to discuss the idea for the ideas of myself, what I thought it could be, what it should be, what it might be, what are the possibilities of what we're probably going to get, and what we should kind of be ready for. You look at. Well, first, maybe I should read the article a little bit. This article came out when? December 13th. Is there anything? Oh, whatever. Greg Eisenhorn, a character from a trilogy of Warhammer 40k Inquisitor books written by Dan Abnett, Cavill, said, "That would be exciting, yes. But then I burned Primarchs and the Captain Generals, so I don't really know." Yes. So what he's saying there is a really good point, which is there's so much lore of 40k. There is what we think should be shown, is what we want to be shown. I think the biggest part, the most important thing is like setting up the universe appropriately, and getting it to like look right. Okay, so we saw with the Rings of Power. So if this is gonna be the same studios as, like, I watched the Rings of Power, watched The Boys, and they've done like other shows pretty well. So they've got the budget to do good things. They got some CGI, but the problem is it's somehow, I don't know what it is, but these shows always end up kind of feeling cheap, man. Like The Boys, the first season looked and felt pretty good, but then it started feeling like I don't even know. Where the hell is the money going? Maybe all the writers they have to hire to, I don't know. You're right. They're probably not hiring writers or anything shit like that. Fans of the Horus Heresy series of books may find it easy to imagine Cavill as Rabute Gilliman, Rogal Dawn, or, since he seems very fond of his Witcher wig, perhaps Lehman Russ. I mean, the idea of him playing a Primarch makes so much sense, but the whole point of the 40k show or movie, whatever he's doing, would be to, make the universe and to have it actually work. There's no way you're doing Horus Heresy level stuff like that. Like, that's like, if you're lucky, like the dream of, like, how Marvel was able to do their thing with something like that. Like, that's the Infinity Gauntlet series is kind of like 40k's Horus Heresy in a way, but this is all stuff that takes place in the past too. It's not the present of their timeline. So really what they need to do, because you're going to have Henry Cavill, if he's going to be in it, he has to probably be playing a Space Marine, I imagine, something like that, which is also going to be kind of tough to get to scale. But I imagine what they're going to be stuck with is something very similar. It's probably going to have to merge the 40k with like Stargate or something like that, or Deep Space Nine, I think, because you're stuck looking at very practical decisions you have to make. You got your budget, your CGI and stuff, and how are you going to get anything to work and to look good? Because Henry Cavill is like a lore guy, with all the Witcher stuff that's been coming out. I'm having problems with people behind the scenes and that kind of crap because they hate the lore and all that kind of stuff. Like, he's going to want to get that stuff right, and that's going to be very tough to get 40k aesthetic stuff done in real life to look right, which means you're going to have to keep it very, very, very low stakes, kind of, and very low environment. Like, he needs to sit down and make the producers watch, like, the Astartes thing, and what was the other, the Hell's Reach, or whatever the other one was, and, like, be like, how do we get as close to this as possible? That's what I'm thinking. It has to probably kind of go to its basis core as much as possible, which might be like a Space Hulk thing. Like, if they do a series or a movie, do a Space Hulk kind of thing, where you got very limited number of Space Marines. You've got Henry Cavill, maybe, and like one or two other guys who are Space Marines. The rest are going to be Guardsmen, and that's going to be most of what you're trying to get right. Is las guns, chain swords, las pistols, flak armor, the bolter and that kind of stuff, and the Space Marine armor is going to be probably hard, and they'll probably have to do it like they did the Iron Man kind of armor originally, where there is some real stuff there and a lot of CGI, but hopefully they won't have to be doing a lot of that, like I said, if they don't have a lot of Space Marines, and they do it, stick more canonically to it, where there's only like a few of them on board or whatever. They do it where they do something like they're on a mission to check out a space station or something like that, or a Space Hulk, or they come across a ship or something like that. They go onto it. Maybe their ship gets destroyed or something like that. That takes out a lot of their people. And then, like, right there, we're stuck with getting rid of a lot of the big stuff and focusing on, like, the aesthetics and that kind of stuff and building up the actual environment of what it is. Because I think a huge thing they're going to have to do in this is kind of explain, like, stuff like the warp and whatnot, right? So how are you going to do... So that's one of your first big hurdles with a show like this, is how you going to make it look good, and how you going to do it, like, any kind of justice, right? And I think... there you're going to have to limit yourself on what you do and make it very low scale to get your budget to match any of this kind of crap. And then the next thing is, like, what are you doing for villains? What are you doing for the actual lore itself? And inside of that you're going to actually be able to do while you're trying to keep the stuff managed. Like, so yes, small amount of Space Marine stuff, small amount of armory and stuff like that, so they can focus on trying to, like, if they just focus on that, they can get some of that looking good. So the bad guy, I'm thinking, if they want to keep to the core of the game and the aesthetic, maybe, like I said, they do a Space Hulk kind of thing where the villain is like Tyranids or something like that. Gene Stealers, a Gene Stealer cult even. I mean, in there you can get more human-y people, so it's easier to not have to do everything CGI, right? But I know then you run into people would just compare it to, like, what is this, like, Aliens? It's like an alien show where the people who play it roll dice. This doesn't make sense. Why is that man so big in the armor? Like, I know. But, okay, so what are your other options? I mean, come on, you get people, one or two people in power armor, guardsmen fighting Gene Stealers or something like that on a Space Hulk. It's pretty core 40K aesthetic right there, with just, like, maybe an overarching thing that kind of may have something to do with the warp, which I think is going to have to be a big thing that they slowly bring into the show. If you're not doing, like I said, Tyranids, Gene Stealer cult, something like that. The other thing that would make a lot of sense is Chaos. I mean, the warp is such a big part of 40K, but the problem there is that, oh boy, is that going to get so... Oh, my hat. That's going to get, like, when I was saying earlier about Stargate-y, that's going to get very Stargate-y. Because then the people are just going to be corrupted, and it's going to be kind of like the Raveners from Firefly or something like that. And you're just like, okay, well, this is just psycho people in space, like Event Horizon or something. This isn't very exciting. This is stupid. I don't know. But I can see them doing that because it's easier to get people in costumes with auto guns running around a lot easier than Gene Stealer. But on that same train of thought, you can kind of bridge the gap there. Maybe go for, like, Dark Eldar. I really do think that's kind of pushing it. Like, that's really a niche. Excuse me, a really niche, enemy to pick. But I really think that'd be a good one because they're kind of human-ish. You can get human actors to play them, but there can be, like, dark and creepy, and you can still do the kind of horror aesthetics you can do with the Tyranids. Just thinking, I think that's a good idea. Another way to go where you can keep it budget realistically, and kind of build a story off of that with, them fighting their way through a Space Hulk or something like that, or trying to get back onto a ship, and Henry Cavill eventually getting blown out of his armor, and then they find a room that's got a Mark III Terminator armor in it, and then in the last episode he's just blowing his way through there with a couple guardsmen left and stuff like that fighting. I mean, Tyranids I think would be, but that's what I'm saying. It would make the most sense for an enclosed show to get people into the idea of, like, the universe itself would be interesting, and so they could expand from there. If they did fantasy, I could see them doing Warhammer Fantasy, just because it's kind of like you got Game of Thrones going on and that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of cool Warhammer Fantasy stuff, but I think it just gets so lost. Like the 40K stuff is so much more interesting than that. Now, that's what I think they should do, and budget-wise, what would make the most sense. Now, let me go on to what I think they will do, because this is Hollywood, baby. We're looking at, what, female Space Marines? Or no. We're looking at them trying to do too much with too little because they need to get people really invested, but they're not willing to give anyone time. I kind of see it going like the DC universe, where they would do a big story like I don't think they could do the Horse Heresy. If they did, there'd be the cojones on those people. I don't see them doing anything with orcs, because how do you get them to really work right? So yeah, then you're stuck with like Eisenhorn kind of stuff. Maybe like Siege of Vrax or something like that. I mean, but still, you're stuck with the same problem. I don't know. I think it's interesting to think about. Someone like Henry Cavill, who's actually interested, like he plays Custodes, so I could see him wanting to make a character who, at the end of his whole thing, would turn out to be able to, be ranked up into a Custodes. But on the other hand, if everything went perfectly, to see like all the Primarchs done right with like real actors that we got nowadays would be like imagine the 300. If they could do a 300, like a 10 movie series like the 300. Damn, they really need Zack Snyder to do the 40K universe. I think he would do it somewhat justice. It would be just preachy enough, and the Emperor, is Jesus-y enough. I think he could really do it. And you get people like, I don't know who Henry Cavill would play. Maybe not the Emperor, because the Emperor I don't think would be a huge figure you see a lot of. I think he'd have to play, like Lehman Russ or Rogal Dawn, Roberto Guilliman, because everyone loves the girly men. And then you get people like Terry Crews to play, what's his name? The Vulcan guy there. I don't know, you get some big beefy cake dudes to play like the Primarchs. It could be really cool, but with a bunch of like really cool action and stuff that goes into, their backstories and shit like that. But don't see that happening. All right. Let's move on to Christmas. I think I have enough booze in me. Let's go over some of these jokes. So for Christmas, everybody. Oh, God. So for Christmas this year, I tried to write myself some jokes. I did some other things for myself this year. I made some songs and some other crap that I saved just for myself. Nobody else. Chunkers! Oh my God, Chunky. Anyway. And I think we've reached that age too where I started buying Santa gifts for myself. Because, I mean, no one's going to tell me Santa's not real. Chunkers. Oh my God. Alright. Out of the way, chunks. I got jokes to read. Alright, these are going to be pretty bad, everybody. I'm doing it Norm Macdonald style, where I just... Oh. Some of them aren't, like, even jokes, really. They're just, like, what they are. Oh, no. Well, I lost my music, everybody. There we go. Music's back. Anyway. Jokes. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy, I shouldn't read these out loud. These look pretty bad. Here we go. No, I'm going to start on this page. No, I don't want to. No, these are bad. These are bad. Okay, here we go. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. How you doing? Good to be here. Why did the girl hate tires? They rub her the wrong way. That's a good one. Okay, that's good. Why does Kanye West hate coffee? Hebrews. I didn't make that one up myself. I stole that from somebody. Here we go. Here's the next one. Don't worry. Oh, I'll move on to this page. Hold on. Because that one's a real whiffer, I think, coming up next. Cheetos, Doritos, and burritos all have the honor of leaving my butthole violently. It's like, what did I write down there? All right, that was okay. Here's the next one. The difference between a musician and a mortician is the musician only wishes the audience was dead. All right, I don't know what that one meant. Chunks. No. Cat's looking at me like he's going to attack me. Anyway. All right, here we go. What did the cat get for Christmas? Nothing, it's a cat. That's a hint, Chunks. You're getting too fat. Here's another one. Gay men owe straight men reparations for dealing with women. I think there's something to be talked about there. Here's another one. Things I'm better at than women. Number 1, peeing poop chunks off the toilet. Number 2. It comes before 3. Misogyny. Number 3. Number 2. Birthing humans. All right, that's a list. If aliens saw people with dogs, they'd be like, why don't you just let the dog eat the poo? I think these are valid questions. These are valid comments. I was in the right headspace when I was writing them and thinking about them. Either way. Here we go. We got only a couple more here. We're almost done. These jokes. Did I make it to an hour yet? Oh, I've got 3 more minutes. Oh boy. Oh. All right, here we go. The best Christmas gift for a Jew would be a 50% discount. I'm partial to that. I'm partial to that joke. Are these even jokes? I don't know if these are even jokes. I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas is a song that does not discriminate to the colorblind. Well, those never need to see the light of day again. If alien... No. Okay. That one. Your face and butt both have cheeks. Are cheeks necessary for food? Both ways, in and out. Cheeks. Think about that. It's not really a joke. I don't really know what that is. But here we go. We're moving on to the last one here. This is the winner. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I wrote it right next to it. 10 out of 10. So 10 out of 10. Kids these days are doing something called eating ass. Back in my day, we just placed our tongues firmly in girls' assholes and worked in concentric circles till you found the particular piece of corn you were looking for. Things were simpler back then. We called a spade a spade. We didn't eat ass. All right, look at that. I made it to an hour. I was mad late. Oh, it didn't stop me. All right. I think I'm just gonna call it quits, people. I don't really think I have much more to add. Um, Merry Christmas. Have a happy New Year. I'll see you in 2023. Maybe I'll do a New Year's live stream. I don't know. I haven't decided.